Good morning, Year 6. Welcome to Thursday. We thought this meme might be a little bit funny for those people who've been watching the soccer where they dive and think it's the end of the world and then they can get up and run away again. I thought that was
looks like the hockey players has copped a ball to the face and is split open, but she's okay. She's tough and wants to get up and keep going.
That's right. Soccer players, not so much.
Always taking a dive sometimes. Try and get a penalty. Just not fair.
All right, so we're going to move into our literacy contract this morning. So we're going to be doing 2 activities today, just like we have been all week, making sure by Thursday we're getting to our starred tasks. So if you haven't neared the end of finishing all your star tasks, make sure you get those done for this week. And then make sure you hand that in so that we can give you some feedback on that. Again, make sure you also reflect on what your learning was for today. Moving into our shared reading. In our shared reading today, it talks about how Pak was a national hero and that she inspired other Korean women to play golf. And I want you to think about, who would you consider to be a national hero in Australia and why? So a national hero is someone who, national means Australia-wide. So who would you consider nationally being a hero? So who do Australians think, wow, they did a great job of whatever they were doing? It might not be a sport. If you don't want it to be a sport, it doesn't have to be. If you think someone else that you know has done a great job, maybe
this is more and I maybe
we could be national heroes. So you're just thinking about, what did they do and why do you think they're a national hero? So she was a national hero because she put herself on the international stage of golf and she was able to inspire other women to think, I can do that as well. She talked about how all her hard work paid off and she just didn't do it easily. She had to make sure she worked hard at it.
Yeah, so guys can put your answer just on that slide there, and that'll take you into writing. So writing for today, we're looking at still continue to do some research on your athlete from the Tokyo Games. So for this time, we're going to be looking to see if you can find some research about what your athlete did at the current Olympics. So what did they do? So find out as much information as you can. Maybe it might be about how they got there, what they achieved, what times they ran, their heats or their semi-finals, anything that you could find about what they did at these Olympic Games. And you guys can just put all that information onto that next slide. So Mrs. Moore and I have put some examples there, some things you could put down, but there might be other information on other websites that might be able to give you a bit more of a deeper understanding of how they went in these 2021 Tokyo Games. And that'll take you guys up into maths. So for maths today, what you guys will need to do is that you'll need to do a warm-up first on the typical study ladder like we always do. Just remember, there's a hot tip over here. Remember that when we're finding the volume of a cuboid or a rectangular prism, we use length times width times height to find out what the volume of that shape is. So if you guys click onto, this part here, it says lesson volume 4. It will take you to a bit of a PDF. Now, what you guys will need to do is that you'll need to read through. There is a lot of questions on here. Now, Mrs. Moore and I do not expect you guys to answer every single question. We just want you guys to get through as much as you can in about half an hour. So if you only get up to question 5 or 6 within half an hour, that's absolutely fine. If you get further down, that's okay as well. What we want you guys to do, though, is that you'll need to make sure that as you're reading through some of these questions, you need to make sure and have a look at whether they're using centimeters cubed or if they're using centimeters squared, like there are some of the ones down here. Because centimeters cubed is used when we represent 3 different dimensions multiplied together, like we have here, where it says length times width times height. The volume is going to be centimeters cubed because we have multiplied those 3 different dimensions together. Some of the questions down here, it says surface area, it's got centimeters squared. Now, because it's looking at the surface area of a shape, we're looking at the area of the faces on a shape, it's going to be centimeters squared. So make sure that as you're reading through those questions, you are making sure that you're reading to make sure you're doing the right part. You're not doing centimeters cubed when you actually need to be doing centimeters squared. And what you guys can do is that there is an extension if you guys really get through all those questions really quickly. See if you can just find some surface area of some of the other shapes. I've put the link down here for how to find surface area of different shapes as well, so you guys can watch that video and it might give you a little bit of a hand. And just remembering to put your work and your working out as well onto the following slides there and there. And if you need more space, you can add another slide after that.
That takes us into our history. So we did history on Monday, and we told you that you had 2 days to complete this task on human rights. So you were watching the video and you were filling in the doc. Year 6, you just need to have this completed today. If you did get a lot of it done on Monday, today's the day that you need to answer that bottom question.
Yeah, and that's it, guys. Just making sure. Maybe if you have started on Monday, maybe you might watch the video again, double check some of your thinking. And then when you're done for that, you can hand it in for Mrs. Moore and I, and we'll give you some marking and some feedback for it.
And when you're doing it, don't watch the whole video and then go back and do your writing. Watch a part of the video, stop it, go back into the doc, write in there. And you can just go forwards and backwards. And that way you don't have to remember all the things that they're talking about.
Yeah, at the end. Pause it like we do when we're in class, guys.
Yep.
Pause it when you think there's an important part, write it into your doc, and then after that, continue to watch the video after that.
All right, you six, have a great Thursday. We'll see you at 9:30 in our Zoom meetings.
Thank you, Six. See you later.
Bye.